Welcome back to another garage video. Today I just want to sort of just do a little tyre review, talk about the handling differences I've noticed with the 255s and on the back instead of the 235s, and I've still got the 235s on the front, so I'm running a staggered setup now, which means basically, for those that don't know, my tyres are smaller in the front and bigger in the back. And a square setup means they're the same size all around. So you may have noticed the boot is open with a fan blasting into it because I made a little bit of a mistake. Last week the Queensland annual Supra Cruise was supposed to happen on Sunday. Unfortunately, we got a Corona lockdown for 4 days, and we got pushed forward a month, so that didn't happen. However, I did take my car to Brisbane and for the weekend, and I did drive it around a little bit, gave it a good wash and clean, and I have driven it back now, so it's done over 300 kilometres since then. But I stupidly brought it back here, and in the back of my car I left all my temporary detailing stuff, which was just some Maguire's car wash, the bucket, this, a few other things, bit of wax, auto glim, just something for the weekend to clean it, and my chamois, which I didn't put in its container, and I left it in the bucket, and it smells amazing. So it's only been in there, it was only in there for about 2 days with the windows up. There's no mould anywhere in the car. Yeah, I've just got the fan in there to dehydrate it a bit and get the smell out of it. But I'll do a full interior detail soon. I haven't done one in at least 6 months, so I'll get the wet dry vacuum cleaner into it and everything and make it $1 million again. It's been a long time since I've done it, actually. It's about due. Yeah, so tyres. Yeah, the drive, when I first got these tyres, which are Terraflex, that is spelt Teraflex, I've never heard of this brand before. It was a last minute decision to get these just so I could go to the Supra Cruise legally. They are 255 35/18s, and I've gone from 235 40/18s. So these actually make my speedo 100% accurate now. They're the right size that my T56 converter box likes, with the profile and the size they are. But yeah, I'll just go through some pros and cons of these. I'd never heard of the brand before. They were really cheap, blah blah blah. You heard the story in the last video. Except they're kind of not bad. When I first started driving with them, I was like, these are rubbish. Like, they're absolute rubbish. I had no grip whatsoever because I brought them back, and I took the car for a test drive up the road, and there was they just had nothing. But they still had that very glossy, as you can see, look here. So you can see that I've driven and sort of worn them in a bit here compared to what they were like. And the after I took them for a drive, warmed them up, I did about 60 kilometres on them. That's about, I don't know, in miles, maybe 40 or something like that, 45 miles. And then I just decided to do a nice second gear burnout. Just a big dump, just rough up the edge of the actual tread there, and then just took off the road, got some heat into them, and they're actually not too bad. I was kind of surprised at the amount of grip I got out of them. I'll go through the pros. After I wore them in and did that, right? Basically, do I have more grip? Yes. overall, yes, there is more grip compared to the Radar. We're comparing the shittest of the shit here because I rip through tyres very quickly, and I spend money on other areas of my car instead of the tyres because I know I rip through them because of how I drive. These are Radars, and I had the same on the back. So, yes, there is more overall grip. We'll go through the pros. First gear, rolling onto the power, doesn't spin as much, if at all, compared to the Radars, especially when they were worn. It still wants to wander around a little bit, but you can bang it into second once they're warmed up, and it doesn't really just start skating like it used to anymore. It just sort of just bogs more and wants to go, but it doesn't. I feel like it could feel a lot better. These are, you can tell these are cheap tyres, and I'll get to that. But the grip's great. A great improvement from what I was at, right? I did do a little bit of drifting. I did slide it around a bit. World of difference. So much better compared to the Radars. Getting this sideways now, I just did no handbrake entries, just power over drifts, like getting the car off balance and getting it on the right angle as it comes onto power, pretty hot. It's just so much better. It's so much more controllable. The rear isn't as ass happy, like it doesn't want to come around as easily, but it's much more controllable and just pleasurable to do. I feel like it's more like what a modern car would be like to get sideways, like maybe a new Porsche or something like that. If you would just turned off all the stability control and all that, and you just powered on and tried to slide it around. I feel like that's where it puts it with that extra grip. You're not too worried about giving it too much anymore. It just sort of wants to go and stays at a point depending on where you put your throttle. It's interesting. I didn't think that would be a case. I thought it would be more knife edgy with a much wider tyre. Anyway, what I don't like, these seriously tramline. So I live rurally, and if you don't live somewhere with like perfect roads and you've got those like ruts in the road that a lot of trucks dig out, the rear will follow the ruts. It tramlines, it'll follow the road. So, I mean, I feel like my coilover situation, or lack of thereof, could really improve that. But the width of these tyres is really pushing on the edges of the ruts in the road. So I can be going straight, but I'm always trying to correct the rear. You can feel the rear move around with the trail of the road. So, I mean, I'm used to it now. It's not bad. Not drifting, cornering. So hard cornering. You can tell a sidewall is very lazy. So they were on 32 PSI. I pumped them up to 40, actually 41, because I could tell the sidewall on these is not rigid. So I'd come into a corner and turn, and you can tell when the tyre loads up here, that the sidewall loads up after it, and it's really lazy. So compared to the 235s, they have a way better sidewall. They're much stronger than these Terraflex. So when you come in, it's like you load it up, and then you feel the tyre come with you after the fact. And it's just this sidewall being really lazy and rolling, almost sketchy, I would say, when you're pushing it really hard. But I mean, it's for what I've paid, it's a great tyre for the size I've got. I mean, the tread depth is ridiculous. You can tell I've sort of torn it up a bit, but it's not I wouldn't use this on a circuit day. No way. I would not have confidence in these tyres doing all round, doing a track day, say at Morgan Park or something. I think these are very good for drifting, for sure. 100% for drifting, excellent. Straight line stuff, I mean, they're okay. They're not the worst, but don't expect them to last. They've got a pretty average wear. Where is it? I think it's 201 or something. I can't remember, but the wear indication's low. It's not great. They're a soft tyre. They're not going to last you a long time. However, I mean, for this amount of money, you can't complain. It is better than what I had. Really good for burnouts. They smoke up really easily, and they're not loud. Yeah, I would be spewing if I got them on the front with 255s. They would be terrible, but I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna burn through them quickly, and hopefully get some good tyres all around, and then do the coilovers, and this thing will be pretty serious. Just waiting for more power. It'll be everything sort of done until we get this fuel system and computer sorted out. So yeah. Oh, one thing I would like to recommend. My headlights had a little bit of swirl marks in this very fine, easily scratchable Perspex thin plastic here, but you can see it's just ultimately reflective now. Really nice. All I used on that was a combo, of giving it a light polish with the Maguire's plastics. Amazing stuff. Just use it with a little polishing pad and then buff it off with a microfiber cloth, and then you will still see some very fine swirl marks in there. But to get rid of that, whoops, Auto Glim Rapid Aqua Wax. Spray on, circular motion with a clean microfiber towel, fills it all in. My headlights are like brand new. It's amazing. So yeah, still got to get a new front lip. Now that the Supra Club Cruiser has been pushed back a month, I might try and get one painted and sorted before then. Anyway, thanks for watching and listening to my rambling. Hope you enjoyed and maybe learnt something. Till next time. Cheers.